Okay. Good afternoon. I'm talking today about the harmonization of early warning alert levels. And to start with, I would like to have your participation and see how good you are in determining alert levels in different countries. My name is Olaf Neussner from GIZ and Aachen Consult. Okay, I do a quiz with you, and if you get the right answer, you get a USB stick with this presentation on and a bit more information. So I would like to know first, how many storm alert levels does Myanmar have? And if there's somebody from Myanmar, please don't participate. So what do you think? 12? Any other ideas? It's not correct. Huh? One more try, please. 11. Correct. All right. It's quite a high number, don't you think? So I wonder whether all people in Myanmar can actually distinguish the 11 stages. Anyway, all right, let's go on. If you're from Bangladesh, you're disqualified in this round now. Right. For Bangladeshis, this could mean storm surges 1, 2, 3, storm categories 1, 2, 3, alert, warning, disaster, gale, storm, cyclone, or no swimming, no small boards, or no big boats allowed. So what do you think does it mean for people in Bangladesh, these three signs? B. Right. So, very good. Thanks. All right. It's not that easy, but I assume that you are actually experts in this field. So it's what about people who are not experts, who are laymen and don't exactly know about these things? Okay. If you are Chinese, please don't participate in this round. What does this mean for Chinese? It's all clear, or it's a second alert stage, or it means stop outdoor activities, or it means that wind gusts of scale 10 are expected. What is your opinion? What does that? Imagine that you are attending a conference in China, and they show this sign now. So what will you do? D. Any other suggestions? C. Who was the first? Okay, anyway. Actually, it's not the only thing that you should do if this sign is there, but among the things that are recommended or prescribed is that you stop outdoor activities. I think it was a draw between the two of you. So, all right. Okay. By the way, these are the other alert stages. So it can go higher. Right? Anyway, if you're from Hong Kong, I would like you not to participate in this one. So, right. These are 5 signs. So this is one sign, this is one, and so on. It's 5 different signs. So if you have a conference in Hong Kong, or you are going as a tourist to Hong Kong, what does it mean to you if you see that? Any ideas? What is the? You're from? Yeah. Then please don't whisper to anybody, please. So. Okay. Your suggestion? What does it mean? Come on. I still have a USB stick, and I would like to. The chances are 25% that you're right. Come on, you're experts, so you're the people who should know. Nobody dares? Okay, sorry for that. Then I keep my USB stick for the moment. It is actually indicating the Beaufort-Wind scale speed, so the wind speed. And the other signs are simply indicating the different stages. So it starts with number one, the number T or so, 1 up to the plus 10. Okay, but the point I wanted to make is that it is, unless you're really in the country and you are familiar with the systems, it's really difficult for you to understand that. And we have to keep in mind that not only local people live locally, there are also people who are attending conferences, but also business people, expatriates, tourists, and a large number of migrant workers in the world. And they have, of course, problems to understand what's going on if the systems look like that. Okay, so basically I would suggest that it should look that simple. So this is something that is more or less recognized all over the world, and people agree without knowing the details of a country what this means. Okay, but now we would have to go to the early warning and have a look at this. One thing I observed is that many different hazards have different alert stages. So there are, for example, hazards which have 3 alert levels, or 4 alert levels, or 5. And I showed you before that in Myanmar, for example, a storm has 11 levels. So we would also suggest to have that harmonized and have only a certain number of levels, for example, 4 levels, which seems to make sense. Okay, the next thing I would like to mention is color coding. You see that the most common color coding is this. Green means in general, okay, no problem, and so on. Yellow, be alert. Orange, something serious is probably coming up. And red means no go, stop, things like that, danger. However, this is not universally accepted in the alert schemes. Okay, I have here a collection of different ones that you see from different countries and different color codes, different signs, and so on. So what I would suggest is to make this also more uniform so that it is more easy for people who are not locally adjusted to everything to deal with that. One thing we could look at is the ISO standards for tsunami danger zone and evacuation routes. But I don't find it very encouraging how much this is used. It's actually not used very much. So ISO is probably not the best way to deal with that. Probably we would have to look at other ways of defining standards. So I'm looking at other options, like talking to the World Meteorological Organization, whether they are interested in that, or others, to see whether we could go away like that. By the way, Japan is using this. So they are one of the few countries where these signs are actually applied. Okay. So what I have here is an illustrated illustration of a multi-hazard harmonized alert level system. So you see the same color coding for all the different hazards, the same alert levels, and also signs that are somehow similar. And I would like to distribute. Can you take one and push the others around? So this is also explained here, if you have that, and pass it around. All right. These were 10 minutes of presentation. I would like you to ask questions if you like to. Otherwise, I would also be interested if in your country you have something that is interesting to contribute, how alert systems are handled in your country. Otherwise, yep. There's a microphone.
Oh, hello. What difference do you make between green and blue?
let me go back. Green is the first level, which normally means everything is still fine, but there is some indication that something is happening. So it could be that a storm is coming, you have no idea whether it will really hit the country or not, so you tell people for the time being things are okay. And blue means later, if there was an alert, it's okay again now. It's used like that in some countries, in some schemes. However, this is just a suggestion. Most alert levels don't have an all clear if you look internationally. So they simply go to red and then it's over. But we could also add an all clear level which says this is declared when the danger is over. I would like you to take this only as a suggestion and not as the ultimate thing that we want to have applied exactly like this, but to tickle your minds and to give you an impression how it could look like. I propose to do it like this. Yes? Okay.
Thank you. This all is about the visual signs. What about the people who have difficulty in seeing? What kind of alternative signs you would like to suggest? Thank you.
Actually, we have also an expanded scheme. If you happen to visit our booth, you can see a poster where we have also acoustic signs, for example, from a bell or something like this, and some other things which also, for example, what are the messages? Not only this, but also expanded, what to do in terms of actions to take. So there are also acoustic signs, and so it's possible to include that. But I mean, this is already a little bit difficult to achieve, to have, I think it's probably as challenging as bringing people together to drive on the same side of the road all over the world. So there are some countries where you drive on the left side, there are some countries where you are driving on the right side, and it's not so easy to harmonize that. So this is also not so easy, but the first step would be to say we agree on this and try to achieve that.
Why should we work twice? I mean, why don't you suggest to have like universal designs, this visual integrated in the visual and also audio signs?
Yes, actually in an expanded version we have that. So did you win one USB stick? Yeah, because there you will see also an acoustic sign. So for each stage a different acoustic sign. So from a bell or something like that. Yeah, so we have that in mind, but I wanted to keep it simple. So, any other question? Otherwise, I would like to draw your attention that I also still have some publications about early warning systems with me. In case you're interested, I can distribute that to you or give you a copy. All right? Thank you very much for your attention.